Good afternoon, everybody, for another episode of Milton Businesses. Today we have Janine, the founder of Stayin Alive with First Aid, based out of Milton. Janine, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful. It's a pleasure having you on the interview, and thank you again for the opportunity. Um, as we discussed earlier, this whole program is about us getting to know what you do, who you are, what do you love about Milton, and what kind of things excite you about this town, why you would like to tell people to come in, join us, and be part of the community. So I'll leave the floor to you. Please introduce us. Let us know more about you, Janine.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Janine, and my company is Stayin Alive with First Aid. I came to Milton about 12 years ago, and I've loved it ever since. But it's only recently, within the last, I would say, 6 months, that I have decided to start discovering it. Of course, the last year and a half, we've had COVID, so that's been a little bit difficult. And I think with COVID, it made me realize that what was more important was what was here in our community instead of leaving the community to go somewhere else for entertainment, for shopping, for business, to be honest. And so the last 6 months, I've been concentrating on just Milton.
Just Milton, getting to know
That's
what this beautiful town is about.
Absolutely.
What do you think of the people?
I love it. I have my neighbors. I have my next door neighbor that has been neighbors with us for about, I would say, the last 5 to 6 years. And we sort of community in that we help each other shovel driveways. If I have some piece of equipment because of my business that they can use for themselves. I do a lot of camping, so I have tents and awnings and all sorts of things, and I lend them to my neighbors if they need them for a family event in the backyard. I have my neighbor just a little farther down from me that I have loved her. She and I go for walks in the morning in the summertime, have lengthy conversations about world events and the way life is changing. And she's from a different religion than I am. So I've had the opportunity to ask questions and get to know not only the country that she comes from, but the religion that she sort of worships. So it's been great. And the more I get outside, the more I get to know my neighbors. I say hello to everybody when I go for my walks. Last year, I hosted a first aid course in my backyard, and a lot of neighbors walked by to see what was going on, and it was really great.
So what you just said echoes a lot of what I hear about the community that are being built around neighborhoods, and the fact that it's still there where we help each other out. We borrow and we give, and it's a wonderful thing that we still have going in Milton. So Janine, regarding the business, what made you start Stayin Alive with CPR? What triggered that thought, and why now?
So I worked my whole life, almost my whole life, in the courier business, for an example. And in that business, I held a position with our health and safety committee. And I saw a lot of accidents and injuries over the years, and I had to investigate some of those. And of course, I took first aid courses and I assisted people with injuries throughout my career. But one day I just said, instead of being the one who is always there to help after the injury happens, I want to do something to make people more aware of how to help people and make them more aware. When you're teaching first aid, people become more aware of the environment around them. not just on how they can perform first aid, but looking at things that can cause injuries, especially around the house, around the business. And so when people are more aware of how they can be injured, they tend to be more careful. So that's why I decided that going into this side of it would be better for me to help other people, to empower them so that they can help others.
Help others, exactly. That's what I, when you and I had that chat yesterday, that's the word that I like, empowering people to help others.
Yes.
And that all falls back on what we are as a community, and that's why we do this. And what was the feedback from your clients on what you're doing for your neighborhood, for your community? What kind of support would you want as a local business that's just starting up? What are the challenges that you faced? Can you tell us more about those?
So I think a lot of my challenge here is that, because although Milton seems like a large community, people are still in the habit of leaving the community to get services. So for my business, as an example, people look to maybe Halton. So they may go to Burlington or Oakville or some other place that might have the same kind of service.
Mm-hmm.
So getting my name out in this community, letting them know that they have this service right here at their fingertips and they don't have to travel anywhere. So I've been working on some different things that are helping me to get my name out there in this community.
Wonderful. And do you have anything planned for the next month in terms of programs, in terms of trainings that you would like to tell the community about in the next month or so?
So I've been advertising on the Milton radio station, and my plan is to get the word out there so that, you see, we have a challenge here and a lot of young people who have young families, moms, dads, when they have children, they get nervous because they're afraid that the child may put something in their mouth and start choking. They don't know what to do. So my plan is to, within the next month or so, after people get to know my company, is to hold one of those CPR classes so that they can learn how to help their baby if they're choking, or their child if they're choking. And quite honestly, we have a lot of parents and grandparents now that are getting older. Those baby boomers are getting older. So giving them the tools to be able to help their own parents if they have a sudden heart attack, if they're choking, or if anything happens while they're with them, they have the tools to be able to do that without taking that huge first aid course, just the CPR by itself. Yeah.
Basics in itself will help lives. I know 100%. So what I promise you is that we will, once that is initiated by your business, we will do our best to get the word out into the community. It's wonderful that you're part of amazing groups in Milton. Milton Strong is one of them. There are mommies groups, moms of Milton, dads of Milton. Those are all wonderful groups where we can talk about those services. And yes, once it's launched, we can definitely help people know about what you're doing for the community.
So also the Milton Chamber of Commerce. I'm a member of the Milton Chamber of Commerce, and some of the people who actually work for the Milton Chamber also have child groups that that is their business, not, I don't think it's a daycare as much as it is a place for the kids to go and have fun and get together, where the smaller children. So when moms and dads go there, it's good for them to know all of these things. So Yeah,
Exactly, 100%. And I think with that, now that you're also part of the Chamber of Commerce, there's also the notion of collaboration, maybe between you and the different businesses and local business owners that actually would take advantage of the services that you do provide. Because in
yes.
the end, it's safety first, and then trying to avoid any injuries going further down the road. God bless you for doing what you're doing, and seriously, all the luck in the new business, in this new challenge. And I can assure you, most of Milton, or once Milton finds out about you, they will have your back. So
That's what I'm hoping.
let's cross our fingers. It was a pleasure talking to you, Janine. Is there anything that you would like to leave as an ending note to the town of Milton?
I think that getting together as a neighborhood and helping each other, look past what you visually see and look into the spirit of the person is more important than perhaps what you might see on the outside. And if you do that, you're going to create some great friendships.
Thank you. I fully agree with that. Janine, till next time, stay safe. Have a wonderful day ahead, and good luck with the new business.
Well, thank you very much. You have yourself a great day also.
Thank you, ma'am.